Welcome everyone to Pastichas NFTs English edition for this week. Just want to remember you that we have a drawing made during the Just Talking that it will be free for the person that answers the question on Twitter after the Just Talking. Pastichas Twitter, Pastichas NFTs, as you see it on the drawing, and the first person with the correct answer after the Just Talking then will receive the NFT free at any charge. Remember that also we have the podcast, so if you want to do it on an easier way and faster, you can go to Anchor, Ivoox, Apple, Google, Republic Radio, almost all the podcasts, whichever you want to use. And the last but not the least, we have also the Pastichas blogspot.com, pastichas.blogspot.com, where you can find all the related information to this Twitch, all the past tweets, and the NFTs, everything that we made regarding the NFTs. Also, we have the Instagram account, Pastichas. We are also on Facebook, so you can reach us at any of the platforms, social media. Finish with this, then we will proceed to our show tonight. Just Talking. We have financial, political, crypto, market news. Also, we have M1, which is very important, and interest rates. September, October sales, important, and the future ahead of us. So don't waste any more time. We go to our Twitch today. In the meantime, remember, I am drawing, so we have a good time with this. First, we are going to talk about news this week. This week we have political news and financial news. On the financial news, we have that the SEC has sued Ethereum because they allege that most of the minting is done in the United States, and therefore it should be ruled by the SEC Commission. If that works out on the form that they plan to do, then we can think that it's going to be more regulation regarding crypto. And if one gets regulated, pues probably it's going to be regulated by many others, to the others. That's what I think. I'm trying to figure out here, yes, if it's working fine, yes. So regarding the financial, the other things that we have on item is that there are a lot of countries that are planning to impose taxes on millionaires. One of those is Spain. It's already passed the law, and it will enter in effect in January 2023, the first. It means that there will be taxation if you are a millionaire. A millionaire for them is the person that earns more than 5 million euros a year. Having said that, you know what will happen, not because any millionaire wants to avoid paying taxes, but to avoid paying more than what it is. So probably we are going to see many millionaires looking for fiscal residency in other countries. Having said that, regarding our other financial news, we know that inflation is still at a high rate, and probably it will not slow down as fast as some of the governments will want. Things are getting tougher everywhere. Regarding Spain and regarding other countries, they are looking to see how control the expenses regarding gas oil and gas. So having said that, we don't have any more from that side. Remember that in November there are Senate elections in the United States, which, by the way, are the most important single issue right now. On the political arena, you have the winning of the extreme right in Italy, which has a very significant impact on the scene. And the main reason is that Italy is, I think, the third largest debtor to the central bank, the European Central Bank. Therefore, we have to see how that plays out and how it develops. It's important because now there are 3 countries, Hungary, Poland, and Italy, that the extreme right is having some, it's governing. Although she has to, because it's a lady, the one that won the election, although she has to form, they have a very strange way to do it, because she doesn't have also a majority, so she has to depend on some others just to create a cabinet. Having said that, still it's a major issue because no one, and I mean no one, knows exactly how it's going to turn out. But the problem is that if many other countries are following suit, and they want probably changes very similar, or the speech at least, as to what it has been in Italy, you could say that in the foreseeable future we are going to have more, there's going to be more of this type of extremists. It's not extremists, they say what they say is the truth. Just that it's called extremists because the left like to use that word, so people get scared. Um, but still, it's a major issue, and let's see how it plays out. In the meantime, remember that now November, there are House election, Representative, Senate, Congress in the United States, and the truth of the matter is that no one knows how it's going to be that result. But for us that are on the markets and we are investors, it's an important issue. What happens in that election? Because it will determine, uh, it will point to where it will go the presidential election for 24. Having said that, it is still a guess on what will happen on the election in the United States. Let's hope that everything goes fine and whoever wins the election, political party that wins the election and has a majority, will bring us to reality regarding government spending. Because right now, government spending is out of phase. And that will bring us to talk about M1 and interest rates. There is a report coming out, by the way, tomorrow on Nike's sales and dividends. There are some betting as to what's going to be the result. But I think it's going to be much better than what many people are thinking. Solid companies are solid companies and always have ways to increase sales and induce consumers to spend money. Plus the fact that we need to understand that M1 is a rampage date, number, amount, everything that you want to call it. It's the first time that we are seeing the movement of the dollar going back and forth so fast and changing hands so fast and the volume so big. So you can predict that in the foreseeable future there will not be any reduction on the interest rates and much less on the increase on the index to consumer price. Inflation, in other words. Seems that inflation is going to be a long time for us in the coming month. Then we have to wait for the reports at the end of October, at the end of November, and see what happens during those days that are some holidays in between, including Thanksgiving, Halloween, and then we have Christmas. But we don't need to wait for Christmas. We will know by mid-December what brings Christmas, and many people is speculating that it's going to be a cold Christmas regarding sales, regarding amount of sales, and the income profits on some of the big corporations. They are starting to move merchandise. Black Friday, another day that we have to see what it brings as sales. But if M1 keeps moving in the way it is moving, then we can foresee that people is going to spend whatever they have on the pockets and much care less what is going to happen in the future. And that's part of the problem that we have with the spending of the government that's increasing an alarming rate. I don't have the number yet, but I will have it by the first week second week in October. but it's a number that it had never been seen. Uh, how to stop it? I think that they are using the interest rate as a factor, but I think, in my opinion, that is not going to bring the result desired. Having said that, then we need to explore what the future of investment is going to be. This week we have seen that crypto coins are like a roller coaster, going up, going down fast, going up slowly. We have some rebounds and then take profits and get out of the business. And I think that's major issue that's going on right now. I think that whatever we are seeing are big investors putting in money, hoping that that will create a domino effect and prices will go up, then take some profits, and then it will come down again, and we are playing a roulette every single day. So for me, to you, if you are an investor that has no little or no much money, I mean, if you have no disposable uh, income to play with, it's better that you stay aside and do not play in that game, because you can win a lot of money, but also you can lose tons of money. So you got to be careful. Regarding that, if you ask me what to do and where to put the money at this time to make some profit, I will bet on sure things. Companies that we know that one way or the other they can handle the situation that we are living right now, uh, regarding sales, regarding expenses, uh, salaries. Those companies that we know who they are. You don't need that I mention stable companies, companies that have proven over time, or in different times, good times, bad times, regular times, that always come with some amount of earnings on the stocks. So it's a sure bet. I will not go for the precious metals. It's a sure bet, because the gold it will go up one way or the other by mid-November, when the cold really starts pressuring the European countries. There is no question in my mind that gold is going to be precious, as the word itself is a precious metal, and it will keep being a precious metal. I don't see it as a something that is going to lose its value on the near future. As winter gets tougher in Europe, prices will skyrocket on gas, gasoil, gasoline, and of course that will bring more chaos into the social spectrum, and at the end it's gonna make governments to push for more taxes, for more control, more, but spending will keep growing up. What I don't see and I don't understand any government, left or right or center, whatever, is that some moment, some way, somewhere, someone will have to put a stop on government spending. And that's gonna be the question: what was first, the egg or the chicken? If you don't stop government spending at the rate that it's right now, of course that you are not gonna be able to stop inflation, because interest rate alone by itself will not play a major part. If that assessment is true, government will have to spend less. But now, if there is a contraction on the economy, and at the end, the final in the chain, the final person in that chain doesn't have the money on the pocket just for main necessities. I mean food. I mean shelter. Can you imagine that you cannot pay the gas bill? There is no gas, and we are on the winter. Winter is one thing, summer is another. To cope with winter, you need shelter, a specific shelter. And I see that that's going to be a major issue this coming month. If my assessment is right, we can foresee more government intervention, more government spending. And both, we already know by experience that it will work against any economy. Now, how are they going to return all the money that has been lended to all the countries by the central banks that printed money? How it's going to be returned if there is no way to tax any income? That's a major question. So it's not that you are left or you are right, if you are center, if you are middle, if you are whatever. The question is that if business does not place or sell in order to make a profit, if from that sale, if from that profit make a payment for taxes, and you can put more money in the pocket of your worker, how, in God's idea, it's going to be returned that amount of money that has been lended? And if the price of the money goes up by way of interest rate, it's going to be much worse just to keep pace with all that's happened. I don't know if I am explaining correct or not, if you can understand what I'm saying. The point is that if I was given as a credit, let's say $100, 100 euros, and sorry, I go into Spanish and English, and let's say that I had to return that 100 euros at an interest rate of 10%. So 1 year I will have to return 110. But now we have the increase on interest rates, on prime rate. Therefore, it's not going to be 10. Let's say now it's 20. Let's put the double. So the number, the exercise brings us to understand the problem. Then I have to return 120. Now, where do I get the 120? From taxes. Taxation on income. But if all the companies are selling less, even with inflation, if the persons, the people that works on companies, factories, are getting less money, salary, then explain to me where the money is going to be coming from, because I don't see it. In order to be a successful an income generator from taxes, you need that people pay taxes. To pay taxes, you need to have an income. Now, if you don't have an income, how do you going to pay taxes? So it's that's the point that I am mentioning, that I don't understand regarding the flow of the economy. They want to reduce the amount of spending capacity of spending of the people. when in reality all you really want is that people spend more money because you need more money on your pocket to buy whatever you want to buy, even if it costs more. And you need people with more money because you need to put that money into the government budget. So it's a contradiction on my view the way it's being handled. But let's stop talking about that, and let's talk about investment, because that's what it's all about, and we need to be clear on that. Now, always on those moments when things get tough, there is a niche, a hole, a place, a company, an investment that works out in the correct way so you can make money. Now, there are two types of investors to do that. If you have small amount of cash in your pocket, disposable, not income, disposable cash. I am talking about disposable cash, not disposable income. Disposable income will come from the amount of your expenses, whatever is left, and you have that cash. No, I mean disposable cash is that cash that you have outside because you want to go on Christmas to snow skiing, or that cash that you have aside because you want to go someplace on vacation, on a tour, on one big cruise ship over the Mediterranean or the Caribbean Sea, whatever. That's what I mean disposable cash, not disposable income. So if you are on that side of the equation, I will say that you can play around with a lot of things. When I mean a lot of things, I mean investments. There are plenty of investment around to play with your money. Give me a minute, kid. I'm doing something here and it's not working. Let's see. What will be the investment where you can go and play with this cash that you already have? The feeling is not working. I will say that the best choice that you have is to play around with cryptos. I have to agree with some of the people that the level of amount of money that you need to get into is not um, a high amount for that purpose. So you can go with a small amount of money to play into the crypto market. Now, remember this, and I have always said that whatever you want to do, you need to understand that if that's what you're going to do, you need to pay attention to what you are going to do. It's not an easy game, and you can win a lot of money, but you can lose a lot of money. Now, having said that, let's see. I think that you should buy whatever is the price at this time. It doesn't matter if tomorrow goes up or goes down, because you are not going to make any movement unless you have a quick and easy um, gain. And when I mean gain, I mean gain. Okay. So what you need to do is this. You are going to buy. Let's say that you're gonna put $1,000 in Bitcoin. Just an example, by the way. So don't say tomorrow that I am telling you to buy cryptos. Just an example. To buy $1,000 in Bitcoin. The interest rate that the lender, by the way, it depends. I saw today a credit card issued by a bank. I am not going to say the bank, but he had a credit limit of $30,000, and the interest rate was 22%. Let's use that figure as an amount that a banks want to use for revenue, 22%. So if you buy $1,000, you know that when that and you pay taxes on that, let's say 30%, you need to take into account a 52%. So when that amount reaches 1,000 plus 52%, that will be about 520. Then you need to sell. You don't sell below. You don't sell above. And when I mean above, is because sometimes we get greedy and think that it will go up more, and then you try to win the market. No, this case is just to, as I said before, to make a quick profit, not to make a big profit. It's a quick profit. It's much better to make many small profits than to wait to make a big profit. And remember that we are playing on the game. This is not investing. This is playing the market. So when the Bitcoin or whatever you buy plays the 52%, then what you do is that you sell. Set aside the amount that is for taxes and set aside the amount that is your earnings. And then take back again your 1,000 and play it again on some other thing. Not just the same. Another one. If you want to go to stocks, you go to stocks. Now, when to go to stocks? By mid-November, you should know who won the Senate. You should know what's going to happen in the future, because if it wins one party or the other party, you know where they go. Nothing new on that. Therefore, by mid-November, you should be ready to invest in the stock market, because it's going to be going down by mid-November, end of November, and it will start to pick up by first week of January. That's important that you need to understand, because I think that's the way it's going to play the market. It's not going to play in any other way. To capitulate and to explain back again, it's just a game. It's not an investment. Therefore, you should know that you can win and you can lose. Okay? You follow me? First, crypto. Second, stock market. Don't go into bonds. Don't go into any other type of investment. Forget it. The only one that you can also go is gold. If you don't have the amount, you don't want to risk, you are not knowledgeable, you don't know how to play the game, doesn't matter. take your money and buy some gold chain, 18 karat certified gold chain, and put it in under the pillow, and that's it. And wait, because by January, February, I think the gold prices are going up uh, like never before we have seen. Hope you follow the rule. I hope that everything works out fine for you, and I hope that soon you will make some profit out of these issues that we are talking about. Remember, there is going to be a question on Twitter, Pastichas NFTs, and the NFT that you are seeing drawn this time is going to be free for the person that answers in a correct form the question. I hope to see you soon. We will check again within 2 weeks on English, next week in Spanish, 1 week in Spanish, 1 week in English. And therefore people feels that on paying attention to what I'm saying, because sometimes many Spanish speakers see it on here or in podcasts. So forget it. No excuses. 1 week in English, 1 week in Spanish. That's the way it's gonna be. I hope you have a good time this coming weekend, and be ready. Put some money aside, disposable cash, not disposable income, and be ready to play the game, because this coming month is gonna be an important part of your earnings this year. Have a good night, and thanks for everything. See you soon. Again on Twitch, live Twitch Pastichas. Remember, we are on Facebook, all Pastichas. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Reddit, all the major social, that thing. You understand what I'm saying? Social media, the word. Just because there is another one, Discovery. No, it's not. There is another one. Well, I let you know next time. But we are on all social media. Have a good night, good time, and hope that works out fine for everyone. Thank you for listening.